Hello, Dr. Groom. Today, I'm Anthony Vidoy, and today I'll be giving you my demonstrative presentation on how to cast a fishing line. So, in overview, I'll be covering how to identify your tackle, how to operate your fishing rod, how to prepare to cast, how to actually cast your line, and then a little bit of adjustment that you need to do after you cast. So, first things first, we're going to identify what we have. So as you can see here, this is just what you consider a normal fishing rod. This is a spinning rod and a spinning reel. You can identify it by the little hoop that you have on the end of the reel. There are a few different rods and reels setups that we have that you could use, but for this presentation, this is what we're going to be using. So now that you've identified what you have, you can now see how to actually operate your rod and reel. So for this, it's pretty simple. You're going to want to hold your rod in your right hand. There is a lever usually on the bottom of your reel. You click that and allow you to roll the line outwards. This is what you consider or call a crank. You have a dial up here on the top that allows you to determine how much force it takes to pull the line out. And of course, this is the bail. It's the loop that goes around the reel that holds the line in place when you're not in the process of casting. So now that we've learned how to operate your fishing rod, we're now going to learn how to prepare to cast. So in order to do that, on the front, for whatever tackle you're going to be using, you want to have a few inches of space in between the tip of the rod and whatever you have on the end of your line. And then you want your bail to be lined up with the handle of the rod. I am left-handed, so I'm going to be doing this demonstration with my left hand, but it's similarly done with your right hand as well. You're going to want to hold your rod with your dominant hand and hook the line, and then open your bail. So now that you've seen how to prepare to cast, you're going to want to actually cast your line. In order to do this, you're going to want to bring your rod behind you. When you do this, you do not want to bring it straight overhead, because if you bring your rod straight overhead, your hook or whatever you have on the end of your line is probably going to catch your rod. So you're going to want to bring your rod across over to the side and then face the direction that you want to cast, and you're going to swing your rod in a smooth motion. When the rod is perhaps maybe pointing about 60 degrees in front of you, you're going to release your pointer finger. That'll allow the line to freely spool out, and then for the rest of your tackle to travel in the direction that you're casting. So it'll look like this. Okay, and that is how you'll actually cast your line. Okay, so now that you've actually casted your line, you're going to want to do some things to prepare the line after you've casted. So if you're not standing in the middle of a park like I am and you're casting into water, the line tends to do a few strange things. So in order to alleviate that, you'll just want to reel in any slack that you have in the line and make sure that your line is nice and going in the direction that you cast it. And then after that, you'll want to make sure that your drag setting is about appropriate to what you have for a line. There are different line weights, and smaller lines can't take as much force without breaking. So you'll just want to adjust your drag, that way there's not too much force on the line. And then after that, you'll want to secure your rod. You could either hold it in your hand or put it down underneath your chair or use a special built stand. But after that, that'll be what you want to do after you cast your line. So just as a quick summary, I went over how to identify your tackle, how to operate your fishing rod, how to prepare to cast, how to actually cast your line, and then some quick steps they want to take after you cast. So that'll be my presentation. At the in my outline, there's going to be a link for the video that I was supposed to bring up on the projector, so you can look at that as well for further guidance on how to cast a fishing rod.